everyone, welcome back to another video, and it is just my hands. Today I am doing a Filofax collection video with like a mini review on each model or like style, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing this because the first Filofax video I did, everyone seemed to really like it, and I love making Filofax videos because I am pretty much obsessed with watching them and I am obsessed with Filofaxes. So I thought I would do another one because if you are a subscriber here, you will know that I haven't made a video for like 2-3 weeks now because I was ill, and then there are still workmen downstairs and they have a window out in the garden, which means I can't really film a lookbook out there at the moment because it is really awkward. So I thought my first video after being ill would be a nice sit down Filofax video because it is fun and I love to make them. Another reason I kind of wanted to make this video is to persuade myself that I don't need another Filofax, because I'm so tempted to buy another one, and if you own Filofaxes you will know that once you buy one you just want to keep buying more even if you don't need them. So I'm hoping that by doing this video I can persuade myself that I don't actually need it, because I have unused Filofaxes sitting right here. But let's get started then on my collection. So this is the very first Filofax I ever got. This is the Chameleon in A5 size, and I'm not quite sure what this colour is. Obviously it's like a sort of green, but I'm not quite sure what it was called. It's more like a turquoise green, I guess. There was one called Spring Green, I think, that came out, but that is like a brighter, kind of more appley green. I'm not quite sure what this one was called. It could have just been called turquoise, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is the Chameleon, which I don't think you can buy anymore. Not quite sure how much it was originally, because this was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago that I got this. Pretty sure I got it in the sale for maybe 40, 50, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, let's get into it. The one thing I do not like about this, and I've seen other people have the same problem, is here, which I think you can actually tell on camera, I didn't know if you'd be able to, where like the, what is this called, like the little presser thing is, it is faded a lot and it's kind of going white. Now, even though this Filofax is pretty old, I've barely used it. It's in like pretty good condition. There's no like scratches or anything, just where I suppose the couple of times I've opened and closed it, it's just really started to fade. And I've seen people with problems like this where they've just arrived like that for one, but I know that is something that happens on this model. I don't know why, maybe it's the leather, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that has faded. But classic little popper stud thing. And then inside you have card slots, ooh, kind of all the way down, you have a bunch of them, pen loop, and you have like a little slip part here where everything's sticking out from, a little zipper part here, and then another little slip part here. So there's like a lot of storage in this Filofax. I feel like this is kind of one of the classic Filofaxes that they used to do ages ago, you know, that had a lot of storage in them, whereas nowadays I feel like the newer models they bring out don't really have that. So this one is basically just being used to store, you know, spare paper at the moment, and just old like scrap bits and stuff. So I'm not actually using this one at the moment. And then at the back it has a little notepad which you can just rip out and put straight in here, which I actually do like this. I know a lot of people don't really enjoy these notepads at the back. I like it. And then another little pen loop here, which I just have a pencil in. So I feel like this has gone really dark all of a sudden. I hope it's not too dark. Can you see okay, hopefully? So overall this is, you know, a pretty decent Filofax. It's nice, I mean it's nice leather, I guess, pretty good quality. But the one thing I don't like about it is it's quite stiff. Like, you know, when you bend it, kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't feel that nice. If you're after like a really stiff constructed Filofax, then this probably would be something that you enjoy, like one of the good quality ones. I don't know, but it feels nice. I guess the fade in there puts me off, but I don't think you can buy these Chameleons anymore. And even though this is like the first one ever that I got, so I'm kind of, I don't know, it's like my baby, my first ever one, even though I never really used it, but I might even think of selling this, especially as you can't get them anymore. And this colour is very rare to find. I mean, on eBay people are selling second-hand ones, but not really in this colour. I don't know, maybe you can get them somewhere, but if someone would enjoy to have this, you know, I might as well sell it and someone else can have it, despite the little fading, which is annoying. But overall, you know, it's a pretty decent Filofax. It's quite like chunky, I guess, because it is quite thick. But yeah, pretty decent, and I got it on sale anyway, so I didn't pay the full price for it, so yeah. Okay, and then the second Filofax I got was this one. This is the Peru in personal size. I got this because I kind of thought the A5 was a bit chunky and too big, so I thought a personal would be really good for school, and this was one of the cheaper models. It was about £30 I think for the Peru in personal. I could be slightly off, but I think round about that. Again, I'm not quite sure this one can be bought anymore from the Filofax website, but any of the ones I show you, if I can find them, I will link them in the description below so you can find them too. But I chose this one for school because it was cheaper, and I don't know, it's just kind of, it feels like it's aimed more at younger people. And I mean, it's pretty, it's like a fashionable pattern, you know, there, that kind of wraps around. And it's a nice, small, totally simple little Filofax. So inside there are no pockets, there is nothing. You can see the magnets here, it is magnetised, there's no snap or elastic like with the dominoes. It's totally just kept simple, you know. So it is good for kind of younger people if you want to start off on a Filofax. It has just one pen loop here. The thing I do like about any of the Filofaxes that are like patterned is they always come with kind of the front page that matches, which I like. I think it's like a nice touch. And again, this is just used to keep spare pages in. It's a decent Filofax and I use this for quite a while, but the one thing I don't like about it is, first, you can kind of see this is slanted. Like if you don't snap it down totally straight, it sometimes does turn, and that just, I don't know, it annoys me. And two, because this is, I think because it's like magnetised and it's one piece that like wraps all the way around, plus it's quite a plasticky, stiff feeling material, that as you can see it does not sit flat whatsoever. And I use this for a pretty decent amount of time, I think, and it still just does not sit flat. It doesn't even sit partially flat, it just kind of, you know, completely slowly curls in on itself. So if that's going to bother you, which I know it does a lot of people, this is definitely not one for you. But again, I'm not really using this, and as it is one of the cheaper Filofaxes, maybe this would be good to sell off to someone who's just after, you know, a cheap one to begin with. If their child is after one, it's a good one to start on. So yeah, the Peru, nice little starter, but not one if you're in for like the better quality, or you know, if the sitting flat is going to bother you, and definitely not one if you're after more storage. So that was my second Filofax. Then the next Filofax I got was this one, my just one true love. This is the original in personal size, fluoro pink. Not quite sure how well the camera's going to show up the colour. Hopefully it doesn't look too desaturated. I know a lot of people don't like the colour, they say it's too bright. I love it, it could not be better. But it does come in so many other colours, and it comes in patent leather as well if you're interested in that. So there's kind of a colour for everyone. Has just the classic little popper stud, but this actually says Filofax the original in it, which you're so not going to be able to see, but it's kind of just a nice touch. And it just has, you know, the rivets or whatever these are called for the rings. It's a very basic style, I guess. There's no pattern, there's no, I don't know, grain to the leather or anything. It has just the nice kind of cream or white, whatever this is, stitching. Again, I'm not quite sure if that's gonna show up, maybe, which is nice. But it's just, you know, simple Filofax. Open it up, you have a pen loop, this little elasticated slip pocket thing, whatever this is. I know people use this to put phones in, so they've said. I don't see how you would fit a phone in there, I don't know. And then kind of a little pen loop here, but that is going to interfere with the rings, so I don't know what you'd put there. Then you have two little card slots and kind of a slip pocket here, but bear in mind that these card slots do go straight into the slip pocket. There is nothing dividing them, so anything you put into here is going to interfere with what you slide in there, so just bear that in mind. This one I did use for the majority of 2014. I absolutely loved it. As you can see, it has like my little dividers in here. And then it just has some of my diary pages, which I just used the classic Filofax pages in this one. And just a couple more dividers, blah blah blah. That's just back from when I had my gaming channel. And then at the back you have like another little slip pocket here, and you have like a little, I don't know what is this, like a shopper list notebook kind of thing at the back. I actually like that it comes with this. I've seen a lot of people take it out because they say it gives them more space for inserts, but it is so thin, like if I turn it to the side you can barely even see it, especially as it's in the dark. So it's not really taking up a lot of space, but just if you need note paper that you can just rip out, I suppose that can come in handy. So that is, you know, the inside. A lot of people also don't like how here is obviously the same as the outside, but this bit and kind of underneath isn't. It's like the inside of the leather, it's not doubled over. I know a lot of people were bit disappointed with that. That doesn't bother me, I kind of like it. And the thing I like the most about this Filofax isn't like the colour or how it's kind of simple inside but you still have what you need. It's that the leather is like so soft. I mean, you can bend it back, as you can see it lays completely flat. It has done since like day one. I think I'm losing my voice. And the leather is just so soft. I don't know, it's nice to hold, it's nice to feel. I can't comment on the original in patent leather because I've never got my hands on one of them, but I love this. It's so soft and nice. And yeah, thank you Filofax for sending me this one to review. But I fell in love with this one so much that at Christmas I asked for it in A5 size. Now it might seem a bit weird to some people to get like the same Filofax just in a bigger size. I don't. I loved it so much that I wanted the extra space. Like after having two personals, the Peru and then the original, I felt like it wasn't big enough and I wanted to go back up to an A5 size. So I got this one. Again, it's, you know, exactly the same all over, exactly the same inside, except this is the one I'm using, so obviously it has stuff in it. Pen loop, got some paper clips and stickers that I've put in there. I don't tend to use the card slots because obviously it does go into this pocket, so they're a bit pointless. I'm not going to go for any of the dividers in this or anything because I do have a look through video for this Filofax, which I will link below if you want to go and see it. So that's just all the stuff in there. Then at the back obviously you have the little slip folder bit there and another little list pad thing, whatever these are called, like a little notebook at the back. Now as this is the A5 size, unlike with the Chameleon, you don't have kind of the A5 notebook at the back, you have just kind of the thin little one, which unless you're using that notepad to take full-on notes, I suppose this is more useful, I guess, just because it's small, it's not taking up as much space. and you can just write shopping lists on it or whatever and just rip it straight out. So that's kind of handy. And I can't, obviously this doesn't go over the whole way, so that's why they couldn't put in the full-size notebook. So I prefer it. It makes it a bit lighter as well, I guess. And again, the reason I love it, just the leather is so soft and beautiful. The colour is great. I think if I go like that in the sun, you can maybe see how nice the colour is. Whereas in the dark, I don't know, it looks a bit flat. I might upload pictures or something to try and let you see just how nice this colour is. But this Filofax, the original, I definitely do recommend. The bigger one I'm gonna say is about £80, I think. I could be wrong. I'll put it on the screen if I am wrong. So it's not the cheapest, it's also not one of the most expensive. So I feel like it is a great middle ground. It's soft leather, it's got some storage options inside, but it's not over the top like the Chameleon. And I feel like this is good for students, or if you're using it for work or just at home for personal. It's kind of an all-round Filofax, you know, there's colours for men, women, I don't know, the pink if maybe you're like younger and you want something more fun. I don't know, I just feel like this is a great overall Filofax, and I'm not being paid by Filofax to say this. You know, 3 out of the 4 Filofaxes were bought by myself or as presents kind of thing. So I don't know, I'm just a lover of Filofaxes, and now I am after the domino in, you know, like this, is it the spring green polka dots or something like that? I really want that one. And after filming this video, I'm thinking maybe I might sell the Chameleon and the Peru and maybe buy the domino. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So there might be another collection video in the future as my collection changes and grows. If you liked this Filofax video and you want me to do more, maybe like a plan my week with me, I know I love them videos and they're quite popular, then just let me know in the comments, or you know, give this video a thumbs up, tell me if you liked it. And I think that's everything. I feel like I got through this video pretty quickly, so maybe I'm missing something, but I think that's it. That is my collection for now. Any information will be in the description bar below, like I said, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.